If you don't like me going to clubs with my single friends, you're controlling. That's what she said, eyes sharp, voice steady, like she'd rehearsed it. The words cut through the living room, slicing into the quiet we'd built over years together. I stood there, holding her purse in my hand, the faint smell of her perfume mixing with the bitterness of my coffee. I'm not controlling, I said, my tone too calm, almost detached. I'm just saying, it doesn't feel right. Her lips twitched into something between a smirk and a sneer. You don't trust me, that's the problem. I trust you, I lied. The truth was, I didn't. Not anymore. Not since the night she came home at 3 a.m. with glitter on her collarbone and that smell, a mix of alcohol, smoke, and someone else's cologne. I tried to believe her when she said she'd just lost track of time. I wanted to believe her. Because the alternative was a crack in everything I thought I knew. Now, 2 weeks later, she was heading out again. It's just dancing, she said, slipping her phone into her clutch. You act like I'm out hunting for someone. Then why do you need to dress like that? The words came out before I could stop them. She froze, eyes narrowing. Like what? I swallowed. Like you're trying to get someone's attention. That's your insecurity talking, she said coldly. Not my problem. I watched her walk toward the door, her heels clicking against the floor, sharp, final, like punctuation marks in an argument I was already losing. The sound stayed with me even after the door closed. The house felt wrong without her. Too big, too quiet. I sat on the couch, staring at the clock, telling myself not to check my phone. But I did. Every few minutes. Nothing. By midnight, the silence became unbearable. I opened our text thread and typed, "You good?" No reply. I waited another hour. Then another. At 2:37 a.m., a message came through. Sorry, phone died. Heading home now. Relief hit first. Then suspicion. Her battery never dies. When she came in around 3, I was still awake. She looked surprised to see me. You're up. Couldn't sleep, I said. She smiled faintly, that tired, almost guilty kind of smile. You worry too much. I studied her face, the shimmer of sweat along her neck, the way her lipstick had faded unevenly. Did you have fun? Yeah, she said, tossing her shoes aside. You should come next time. Maybe. But we both knew I wouldn't. Clubs weren't my world. They were hers now. She went to shower. I stayed seated, staring at her phone charging on the table. The screen lit up once, a message preview. A name I didn't recognize. Had a great time tonight, winking face. My chest tightened. I picked up the phone. It was locked, of course. But the notification sat there, mocking me. When she came out, towel around her shoulders, I asked quietly, "Who's Jake?" Her head snapped up. What? The guy who texted you. Her eyes flicked toward the phone before she could hide it. He's one of my friend's co-workers. We all went out together. You sure about that? Yes, she said, too quickly. You can show me, then. Her jaw clenched. I'm not doing this. Doing what? This interrogation, she snapped. You're paranoid. You're acting crazy. I'm asking a question. Because you want to find something that isn't there, she yelled. But I'd already seen enough to know she was lying. Not because of the message, but because of how her eyes shifted, sideways, down, anywhere but at me. She grabbed her phone and stormed upstairs. I sat there, numb, listening to her footsteps fade. That night, I didn't sleep at all. I kept replaying everything, every late night, every vague explanation, every moment I'd brushed off as harmless. Patterns began to form in my mind like cracks spreading through glass. The next few days, I tried to act normal. She did too. But something had shifted. On Thursday, I told her I had to work late. I didn't. Instead, I parked across from the club she loved, the one she said she only went to for the music. At 10:15, I saw her walk in. She wasn't alone. Jake was with her. I recognized him from her social media, a tall guy with a smug kind of confidence. I told myself to leave. To drive away and not become the kind of man who follows his wife to confirm what he already knows. But I didn't leave. Through the glass, I watched her laugh. She leaned in close when he spoke. He brushed something from her hair, and she didn't move away. My chest felt like it was caving in. When she kissed him, I stopped breathing. It wasn't long. Just enough to shatter everything. I sat there for a long time afterward, gripping the steering wheel, my reflection in the windshield barely human. When I finally drove home, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just existed in that strange quiet space between rage and heartbreak. She came home at 3 again. I was waiting in the kitchen, lights off, a single lamp glowing above the counter. She jumped when she saw me. "You scared me." "Didn't mean to," I said softly. "How long have you been up?" "Long enough." Her eyes darted toward her phone again, like it might save her. "I went to the club," I said. Her face drained of color. "You what?" "I saw you." She froze. No excuses this time. Just silence. "Say something," I whispered. Tears welled in her eyes. "I didn't mean for it to happen." I laughed, a hollow, broken sound. "You didn't mean to kiss him." She shook her head. "It just what?" I snapped. "Happened." Her lip trembled. "You've been so distant lately. I felt like you didn't even see me anymore." "So you needed him to see you?" "I'm sorry," she said, voice cracking. "I messed up." "Messed up," I repeated. "That's what we call betrayal now." She broke down then, crying into her hands. But I couldn't touch her. Couldn't comfort her. I'd spent months trying to hold us together, not realizing she was already letting go. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to walk out and never look back. But part of me still loved her, even as I watched her unravel. That was the cruelest truth of all. When she finally looked up, her face was red, eyes swollen. "Can we fix this?" I didn't answer. Because I didn't know. I left before dawn, the house silent behind me. The sky was pale, the kind of grey that sits between night and morning, like the world itself hadn't decided what it wanted to be. As I drove away, her words echoed in my head. "If you don't like me going to clubs with my single friends, you're controlling." And now I realized the truth. I was never controlling. I was just the only one still trying to protect what she'd already stopped valuing. Some betrayals don't end with screaming or revenge. Some end quietly, with a door closing behind you and a heart that finally accepts what it tried so hard to deny.